like Cliff from Austin, right?
Yes.
How you doing, Cliff?
Can't complain, man. Y'all show talking about schemes and what religious people would do?
Yeah.
Okay. First, I'm like, okay, well, number one, I don't think it's about the religious scheme. That got nothing to do with atheists. But I do feel like this. One time I was walking on 6th Street, and some guy came up to me and said, "Oh, you're a Christian?" You know, through my religious belief, I'm considered a Christian. I said, yes. He said, well, if you're a Christian, can you give me some money?
Yeah.
But I gave him some money, but then now I get, because each time, you know, everybody, when you're in a religion, you got to learn more about your religion. So now I got more knowledge about my religion. I never heard any type of religion that it costs money to serve your God.
Oh, well, see, do you not take the Bible?
Yeah, I read the Bible.
What about in Matthew, I think it's chapter 5, where Jesus tells you to sell all your belongings and give the money to the poor?
Right, that got nothing to do about scheming, though. It's all about giving, though. It's about giving through your heart. You got to give through your heart, though.
No, he says sell all of your belongings and give the money to the poor. That's not giving through your heart.
You know what? When people read the Bible, they can't interpret it. Because when you read it, you need somebody there to interpret it for you.
So where it says that Jesus died for my sins, do I interpret that in some other way?
Some people have. Because it's been things, I read the Bible, I didn't understand it. Some things in life, you're going to see things happen to you in life, and then you don't understand it.
So like, if you read the Bible and you don't understand it, why do you believe, and why do you think you're fine interpreting it in some other way?
No, because just because you're going to read something, you're not going to understand it right on top. Some people can, some people don't.
I agree, and you know what happens when...
Not the reason I go to church, or I get people that have been studying the Bible for years and years, and then you can't interpret. And then at the same time, it's all about faith, though.
So I've been studying the Bible for years and years. Are you going to listen to me when I tell you?
No, because... No, really?
Why?
Because, you know what, it's a lot of things I never seen before, but I know it exists because I got faith in it. I never seen Jupiter. I never seen Jupiter in my life. But I know it's there because I have faith that Jupiter is there.
No, you don't have faith. You're relying on evidence that actually exists, the mere fact that you haven't seen it.
How do you know you're on Earth? You're on the planet Earth.
I know I'm on the planet Earth because that's what we labeled it.
But how do you know?
What do you mean, how do I know?
You could be on Mars. You could be on Venus.
No, I couldn't be on Mars or Venus.
How you know?
Because I'm on Earth.
How you know?
Because we've agreed to call it Earth. To call the planet we're sitting on Earth.
Call the other one Venus and the other one Mars.
But you still not explaining to me. You're not showing no evidence that you on Earth.
No. It's not an evidence thing. Whatever planet this is, it's not like it was intrinsically.
How you know you're on a planet?
Okay, that's a different.
Okay, how do I know I'm on a planet?
How you know where you at right now? How do you know you're on Earth right now? You could be on Jupiter.
Have our senses.
No, I couldn't be on Jupiter or Saturn.
Do you know there's other planets out there?
I'm sorry?
Do you know there's other planets out there?
I do know that there's other planets out there. Do you know that the ones in our solar system don't support life?
But how do you know?
How do I know? Because that's what the experts have told me, and I know that if I go out...
You go what people telling you, though.
No, and if you'd let me finish, I know that anybody who can go out and review the evidence can come out to determine it themselves. Because when we do, like, for example, spectral photography of Venus, we can determine what the atmosphere is made of. It's called science. And just because I don't know everything about every one of the planets doesn't mean that I don't have reasonably good evidence. And
you believe you on Earth because you have faith that you on Earth.
No, I don't have faith that I'm on Earth. I believe that I'm on a planet because that's what I experience. And I believe that I'm on Earth because we've agreed to label this planet Earth. It did not form with an intrinsic label of Earth. Earth is what we call it.
But of your faith, you believe that you on Earth.
No, I don't have faith. I don't have faith in anything.
Okay, but if atheists come out and ain't no God, then why they scared? Why they get upset of people spreading the word of God?
Okay, first of all, atheists don't say there is no God. We just simply say that we don't believe in a God because the God claim has not been demonstrated to be true based on evidence or reason. Secondly, we're not afraid. I'm not afraid. I was a Christian for 20 some odd years. I was studying to be a preacher. I'm not afraid. I didn't get mad at a God. I'm not afraid of a God. I simply don't believe because there's not evidence to support the claim.
If I keep saying evidence,
Yes.
there's some things in life I haven't seen, but I believe.
When did I say see? When did evidence become equivalent to what you can see? There are plenty of things that are evidence that aren't.
It also says in the Bible, Jesus said in the Bible, pray to your God that his unseen. So
Sorry?
you believe it?
Sorry?
Jesus said in the Bible, he said you pray to your Father who is unseen. So you believe it or you don't believe it.
Right.
I don't believe it.
You know?
And I don't believe it.
If an atheist thing is two sides, you believe it's a God or you believe it's no God. So if an atheist, if we got three people and you got an atheist and the person that do believe in God, that person gonna ask each person, well, atheist, if you believe there's no God, then you show me something that is no God.
Oh, so what you're saying is that you're justified in believing that a God exists until somebody can prove that he doesn't?
What?
So
yeah,
do you?
how can
So
you say, how can you say,
if that's the case, then why don't you also believe in Muhammad, Zeus, and the other gods?
I believe it was a God named Muhammad.
You believe there was a God named Muhammad?
Muhammad never was a God. Muhammad was a prophet.
Oh, okay, you're correct. I apologize, I got that wrong. What about Zeus or Ra?
Or
You don't believe in those gods? Addis?
Mithra.
They never showed anything about Ra, though. They didn't say Ra.
You don't believe in those other gods, do you?
That doesn't matter, though. Atheists had never shown me nothing.
No, that's not the point. I'm saying you don't believe
No,
it.
the point is-
Can I
but still, that's
please?
the
Can you
point.
pause
The
for?
point is-
God,
the
can you
point is-
stop? No, the point is you're done. The point is what you were implying a second ago is that you're justified in your belief until somebody can prove that there's no God. That's what you're saying when you say atheists can't show me that there's no God. There's plenty of things I believe in that I haven't seen. Well, guess what? You're making a special case exemption for the God that you accept. Feel free to call back in next week. Hang on, we're almost out of time. Feel free to call back in next week or email tv@atheist-community.org and let me know exactly what it is you believe and why. You keep talking about you don't understand this, and yet when I ask you why you don't believe in these other God claims as well, you have no answer. I can tell you what your answer is. It's because you don't have any evidence for them. Nobody's presented with you with a reason to believe them. You're making a special case exemption for the God that you believe in. It's picking and choosing. It's irrational. You don't have any more reason to believe in your God than anybody else has to believe in the other ones, yet you disregard them. Why?
So by analogy, Matt's example was if somebody believed in Ra, they could make the same claim that you did, that hey, Ra exists until you can prove he doesn't exist. And so the question was, where are you in that debate? Are you claiming that Ra does exist for the same reason that you're claiming your God exists, or are you claiming that Ra doesn't exist because it's special pleading? So that's the gist of where we were going.